managed to pull something out of their sleeves, but unfortunately for them today, it was not to be. The last time they won at Anfield, it was 2021, and they will have to wait a longer time to get another win as Liverpool take all 3 points in this one. So, Stevie, we of course are going to come to you first in this one. You said you were nervous yesterday.
Yep.
Liverpool have been leaving things late. They didn't need to do that today, though. Overall, what did you make of the performance?
Well, for 30 minutes, it was great. You know, as soon as Ekitike puts it in the back of the net, the way the game had gone up until then, Everton hadn't been in the game. But for whatever reason, and I can only come up with a lack of concentration, but how you lack concentration in a derby, I don't understand that either. But for some reason, after the goal, they kept giving the ball away. They didn't get forward as quick in the opportunities they had, and all of a sudden, Everton got into the game. And I thought, okay, it's a derby. You know, you can't dominate for 45 minutes. Everton's come back into it. Shooting against the Kop, we'll get it back. But it never materialised. It just never materialised. And I got to say, when the goal came, I thought it was coming. I was sitting watching it, thinking they're going to score here, and sure enough. And then, like Xhaka, after that, this is a toss of a coin. Mm-hmm. And listen, Everton didn't create anything clear cut after that, but they still had some pressure, and they were still getting close.
Yeah.
And I've got to say, watching it, I was thinking about Barcelona against Newcastle during the week. And I'm thinking, Liverpool are sat at the top of the league. They got 5 wins out of 5. Everything should be hunky-dory, but it's not. They look a million miles away from Barcelona right now. You know, 2-0 up, Barcelona just completely shut the game down, passed the ball around, made the opposition work for it, and they were away from home. Liverpool were at home.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all things in the garden look really rosy with 5 wins out of 5, but for the second hour of the game, there wasn't much between Everton and Liverpool.
One of the things that, one of the changes that Arne Slot made in this game from the Burnley game, he brought in Bradley for Wirtz, leaving Wirtz on the bench. What did you make of that, Stevie?
I've been saying for the last couple of weeks that, you know, eventually he's going to have to sit him. Now, it did make sense when he gave the reasons why he did sit Wirtz, because it's a derby, because it's a third game in 6 days. So all the reasons he gave were good ones, but I think he picked the right team. McAllister, Gravenberg and Szoboszlai, no question, as I said, for that half hour, were dominating the middle of the park. So I had absolutely no problem with it at all.
I'll say that you hear Slot's reasoning for the changes that he made, and he's absolutely spot on. You can't really challenge that. What I will say is, from a Wirtz and Isak perspective, when they come on, I thought Liverpool looked a whole lot better in the first half. Yeah. So you're looking at that. You're looking at how that level dropped. And as I mentioned again earlier during the highlight, I thought Ekitike took his goal wonderfully well, but his all-round play, I think he continues to grow in stature and continues to grow in confidence in a starting role that you thought, once Isak signed, would be very limited. Now all of a sudden you compare that first half performance with Liverpool in the last half hour of the game with Wirtz and Isak on the park, and if you're Ekitike, if you're Bradley, you're kind of liking how things went, in all honesty. But to Stevie's point, again, I thought Liverpool started the game wonderfully well. I thought the difference, particularly in the first half, was maybe certainly taking up chances, and 2 wonderful goals. Dewsbury Hall and Beto had chances in the first half that they made a mess of. Difficult chances, I know, but so were the 2 for Liverpool, the Gakpo and Ekitike. Very difficult chances, but they took theirs, Everton didn't. The one thing that kind of amazed me as the game went on, I felt that everything good for Everton comes through Grealish. Mm-hmm. And at no point was he double-teamed. Did Liverpool push anybody else out there? And you saw in the goal, he gets 1-on-1 with his wing back. Nobody else on the park, nobody else in blue on the park could cause those problems. So that for me is, I question why there wasn't more pushed out to that. Well, Liverpool's right-hand side, Everton's left, just to kind of stifle Grealish a little bit more.
Frank, let's talk about your countryman then, shall we, in terms of Hugo Ekitike, because to see Liverpool leaving their record signing and Isak on the bench, he was made to wait for his Premier League debut in a Liverpool shirt, but you just saw when Ekitike was subbed off, the cop was chanting his name, he was giving them a fist pump. He's become already a cult hero at Liverpool, so even though Isak is a big money signing, Ekitike seems like he's becoming undroppable.
Yes, it seems to be, and I'm very happy for him. I mean, what he does is he's signed for the Reds. He's amazing, and even knowing that Isak is coming, he didn't change his attitude, working hard, scoring goals, and giving his best, and that's the best he can do. And I'm pretty sure that Arne Slot one time, or many times during the season, gonna play both of them, because it's possible. Gakpo is in big form as well. Verst is more in doubts, let's say. So, but they're gonna have a chance to play together, and they're gonna have to play also. Ekitike can play on the left side as well. So I think the guy is not thinking too much, which is a good thing. He didn't doubt about his skills and about the fact that Isak just came with a big signing that he's gonna play. He say, okay, I'm going to do my job. And today, on top of scoring goals, the participation of the game, offensively but also defensively, was spot on. He made some good skills that pleased the crowd. Everything was absolutely perfect. Can I just go back to Liverpool? Because Stevie was talking about the lack of concentration after 30 minutes. That I agree. But don't you feel, Stevie, even if Liverpool was able to score the last 10 minutes of the last four games, don't you think that physically, where they didn't play the Club World Cup, like Arsenal, like Barcelona as well, they're a little bit short? They seem to be tired for some players, after 1 hour, and that could be also effective, because we know the game of Liverpool. You know that you need to be 100% because you give so much power and in the physical aspect of the game. It seems to be like they're not ready yet.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of today's game, that was the third game in 6 days. And it's a derby. So you've got that extra tension in your body.